Hi everyone, I'm Jin, and in my presentation, I will introduce my household 3D printer for cake decoration to you. First, let me do a self-introduction. I'm a grade 12 student studying at Branson Hall in Canada, and I'm a maker who have 7 years of STEAM learning and experience. So I'm proficient in many different 3D CAD design, programming, and graphic design softwares. In my spare time, I like to do some robotics and 3D design related projects and do some sketching, baking, taking some photos. Some background information about my project. Personally, I always think that making beautiful decorated cakes at home can be a great joy for baking hobbyists, especially during the time of social distancing last year. But creating beautiful patterns on cake can be a labor-intensive task that requires a significant amount of skills. So for novice baker to create amazing custom cake decoration, 3D printer can be an invaluable tool. Since 3D printing has amazing flexibility to realize customized designs with complex geometry, and they have become widely available as affordable consumer electronics in recent years. For most 3D food printers exist on current market, they are used to print hard or smushy materials like chocolate, candy, cookie, and hamburger. So it raises two main challenges for my project. The first one is the material is very soft, which makes it very difficult to shape the cream into a desired geometry. And the second one is to make beautiful cake decoration, it requires multicolor printing. There are three main key design objectives. They are functionality, performance metric, and marketing cost. I will talk about them in detail in later slides. For the initial investigation, the prototype design is modified from a fused deposition modeling 3D printer, which is known as FDM 3D printer. And the four primary subsystems include a 3-axis motion system, control algorithm, material extruder, and environmental control tool. For the 3-axis motion system, a Creality Ender 3 Pro 3D printer is selected as the basic structure since it's affordable, open source, and well supported by its community. The plastic material extruder is replaced by a custom design cream extruder. And the multi-nozzle or like a single nozzle with multi-way valves can be used to select materials from the syringes. So here is a detailed installation of the cream extruder, and the whipped cream is placed in multiple syringes, like one is shown in the diagram below, pushed by the slider on lead screws, actuated by stepper motors. And the plastic tubes are used to guide the cream from the syringes to the nozzle from ejection. Based on my current experiments, buttercream is the one that I think the most suitable for cream printing because it is the quickest to make and it works especially well for piping flowers. For electronics, Arduino stepper and 3D printer control board with Marlin firmware were selected to use. For the control system, G-code generated by the slicer from a SolidWorks 3D design, which is the Cura software, can be directly used for single material printing. And to select between multiple materials, a custom Python program processes the G-code and uses serial communication to interface with the 3D printer modeling firmware and Arduino microcontroller. And at current stage, all the assemblies are done, and a single nozzle cream extrusion capability is completed for the 3D cream printer. And The coordinate control of Ender 3 Pro 3-axis motion system and the custom nozzle has been realized for screen printing. And the next step to working on is to update the Ender 3 Pro original system for adding new functions. And I will talk about more about the future work in later slides. The first one is potential application extension, which it can bring 3D screen printer into manufacturers to reduce labor, and it can apply to similar technology to more soft materials, for example, organ printing. And some of the future work is to improve the functionality of the 3D screen printer, as I said before, and to evaluating more material, which to test more different type of cream and to find the most suitable one. There are two options for multicolor hardware design. The first one is a CNC style 2 exchanger, which it will provide more type of tool, but a longer time to print. And the second one would be optimal microscope style tool, but it has less type of tool and a shorter time of printing. The last one is user interface, which I will design a mobile or tablet apps for model selection, since typical user might not be 3D printer expert, so that the interface should be intuitive and easy to use. As I provided on the right side, it might similar to Tinkercad, which are provided with some basic blocks, but it's for cake design. And I've already made a process diagram for the user interface or like the app. And that's basically all about my presentation today. Thank you for going through my PowerPoint and listen to my presentation.